Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we wrap up Week 11 with a good Monday nighter between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
First play is Herbert, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Trevon Diggs, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Now for the point It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead at 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set them back on second.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on second and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
Here's Collins on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Jacobs. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And they'll get him down right about the 20.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Looking to throw. Collins. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Trevon Walker. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
And he's got to be seeing ghosts here early on. He's thrown 2 passes. Both have been intercepted. 1 run back for a touchdown. Work to do as they begin 1st and 10. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, He's got second and third down to fall back on.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Peterson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Over the middle, it's complete. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. They juked him. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. White, he'll try the left side. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Now it's Herbert. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Bass is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Collins escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Back to throw. Collins. And he'll find Pittman. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Looking to throw. Collins. Flush to his right. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing is Collins to throw on 3rd down. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased and they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Herbert throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Peterson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick six, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick six, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 15 and able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Collins. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ferguson. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Jacobs going to try the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Collins. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ferguson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Collins. And he gets it to Bolden. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Collins. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Jacobs. Down to the 25. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Collins on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Packers offense set to go. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. Harrell. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. On 3rd down. It's Fitzgerald, and he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Harrell. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Thompson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle, complete. That's Yates. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
first down, it's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Yates. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Herbert on first down now. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. From the 22, Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. To the air again, Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Yates. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. He had 3 catches last week. That one his third on this drive alone.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a handoff up the middle. Fitzgerald, and he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Touchdown, Packers! A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, I give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy hit a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Counter play with Jacobs. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 11. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. Yeah, boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything.
And oh, he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Lions offense set to take over. They take over already inside the red zone thanks to a great return there after the fumble. 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
But we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense trying to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Collins. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decided to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Back to throw. Collins. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now Collins going to throw on 3rd and goal. Dancing. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Gets the check down throw to White. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. From the 50, here's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On first down, Justin Herbert got his man complete over the middle. It's Peterson. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Here's Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by Bass is good, and that gets him back within 10. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where you see the final score there. The Chiefs want to get hot at the right time. And at 7-4 now, they're right in the mix for a playoff spot. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Buffalo Bills. The Bulls need to string a few wins together here down the stretch, but this last one moves them back above 500 at 6-5. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. The Browns continue to keep one eye on that race for a first-round bye as they improve their mark to 9-2. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw. Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Second down, Jacobs once more. Oh, able to avoid him. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Collins now on 1st and 10. He's got Mason complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Here's Collins to to throw on second down. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Here's Jacobs. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Second and goal from inside the 5. Jacobs again. And he'll be stopped up short as the tackle is made at about the 3. From the 3 now. Here they come on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Collins under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle, complete. That's Peterson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Herbert. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Troy Anderson applying the pressure and picking up the sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Herbert now. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
There's another example where defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a fourth down.
On now is the Packers punter, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Running it with Jacobs, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down. He gets to 83. Second and 7 from the 23. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This one swung out to Williams. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Collins to throw on third down. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Looking to throw, Collins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They run it with Jacobs. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a carry for Jacobs. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. Jacobs now. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 112 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They go play action here on first down. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Now, I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the third quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Collins. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Off the play fake. Collins. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
Running is Jacobs. Oh, he shifts past him, and he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we scored touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. He finds his man complete. It's Peterson. And he is going to have a Packers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. It's grabbed over the middle by White. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. Herbert back to the air. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he can do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw. Collins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second down, Clay trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they've relished a chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. That's Peterson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, it's Jacobs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Clay. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
So we've seen this before. He's made 6 already, and now he'll try to become just one of a handful of men to make 7 in a game. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Now the Packers get set to go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Operating from the gun. Herbert. And the ball is knocked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Here's Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now Collins from the gun on 3rd down. And Bolden brings it in, complete. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Back to throw now on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
151 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Here's a handoff to Jacobs, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Going on the ground with Jacobs, and he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Detroit, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And now they'll have the short week ahead as they'll host their annual Thanksgiving Day game on Thursday. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now in the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.
This is a rude awakening, kicking the door, backing up better than ever before. Don't get it mistaken, I'm ready for war. See the odds and I'm up in the score. I get your and jump in the course, follow the core and the back to the morgue. Take the sheet off and I keep some more. When I your blood at the scene, I won't leave anything, you won't even know who is involved. Don't let me do it, cause I overdo it and do it till I cannot do it no more. All of the dollars, I'm proving them wrong. Back with the classic, I know it's been long. Right, it was missing me while I was gone. From the victory, back up on time in the sky, but no. Like it ain't to me, we making history, fucking the misery, weather the storm. Get it and visit me, know what the storm still prosper. I'll be all over my box, but then I got options. I keep it right on the stress, and listen to the odds, the apply pressure, somebody stop us. Woo! Apply pressure, somebody stop us. What in my conscience, ready to die, ready to die, ready to what? I just came back from the land. Lot of more money in my hand. Come on, celebrate, celebrate. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back from the land. Lot of more money in my hand. Come on, celebrate, celebrate. They say success is the best revenge. So now they on my body, waiting till it's out. Boy, that nigga stop me now. They gon' say I told you Illuminati. I got feelings so rotten, so what you know about me now? I just came back from the land. Lot of money in my hand. Come on, celebrate, celebrate. They say success is the best revenge. I just came back from the land. Lot of money in my hand. Come on, celebrate, celebrate. They say success is the best revenge. Yeah. So that's down now for you, but it's for me. Yeah. Yeah. Never let a wishbone grow, well back on foot. Belly best pay, get the dance on here. Champagne is the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good. Top of the line of starstruck. Hop in the rider, we took in the top of in the truck and they all. They might say what's up when they see me around the city, but really no reason to talk much. Dinner at nice guys, but no nice guys here. I'm so tagging, no bill, bow bagging, y'all coming up short. Take a recess. It's a recheck. Yeah. Shorty, let me quick as a clue with a pre-check. This lifestyle not for you, but it's for me. Seen it myself for years, the vision is mine alone. Just me, myself, no peers. Yeah. Don't know who hyping them boys. I'm done giving life for